So I was on social media going down some tweets, and I found a tweet. And I'm not going to read the full tweet because I don't know if the guy wants to, I don't want to make this tweet more public than it is, although it did get 13,000 views if he doesn't want it. But we could put it in the comments if, for some reason that's what the person wanted. And basically what he's saying is Coalition Games should go ahead to do what they did with Gears 5, which is a road to E-Day. And he posted a picture with it that says, earn the exclusive Gilded Weapon skin set in Gears 4 and Gears 5 as part of the Road to Gears 5 challenge series. Unlock one achievement in every Gears game, 1, 2, 3, 4, Ultimate Edition, and Judgment Day by September 2nd. Don't forget all 6 games are included in Xbox Game Pass. So he's calling for, a Gears of War Road to Gears of War 5 or Gears of War E-Day thing. Now, I don't know if you need to do the same thing of have people go play every game. I don't think you need to do that. But we on this channel, we're going to keep doing more. We've been a little bit slow, but we're going to be posting a ton of Gears 5 content, play through the game, all of that. And one of the things we've said is that we were always kind of negative about the current state of Gears. And then I loaded up Gears 5 for the first time and I kind of loved it. And I think the disconnect is it started pretty bad from what I understand, and maybe now they have a really good, fun, playable game. The problem is there's so few people playing it, right? That's the issue. And I do think that a way to kind of build some goodwill for E-Day is to do something with Gears 5. Have people go back and play Gears 5. I think you'd get a lot of fans go, huh, this game actually isn't as bad as we thought. People like me. If you had asked me before I played it, what I thought of the series right now, I would have said it's in trouble, right? And I still, even after liking it, I'm like, well, the fact that this game hasn't gotten any, the people felt the way they did, that shows they really screwed this thing up. But I think getting people back in there might go, oh wow, okay, this is worth it, right? This is worth checking out E-Day and kind of build some hype for Gears of War. So when I saw that tweet, I said, man, I need to do a video on it because I want that to happen so bad. And start it now. You will see the player count on Gears 5 go through the roof. You could put new updates into that game now as you're, maybe they don't want to do it because they're still probably working to, I get it, right? Maybe I'm thinking of things that are too out there in terms of like being able to still update that game all the time. But I think if you could get that thing back alive again, right, and you could get that player base up, it doesn't have to be, it's not going to be peak Gears of War 2 or something like that. But if you just get people back on there, you could start the process. Gears of War 5 is doing, I think, about the same as Gears Reloaded in terms of player base. You could bring people back to Gears 5. But I know maybe they want a lot of people still in Gears Reloaded. I just don't think, I thought Gears of War Reloaded would be able to last a little bit more than it did. But I think people just want a new Gears game, right? That's what they want. One that is, completely new and has all the bells and whistles of a modern, Xbox game here, or I guess PC, whatever it is that you're playing it on. But Gears 5 can be that, right? I just think Gears 5 has so much more depth than Reloaded, because Reloaded is just a game we've already played, right? It's Gears of War 1, and in some ways it's a little bit less because you don't have, you for me at least, I like Gears of War 2 more than Gears of War 1. So for me, it's not even the best old game that you have there. But I had fun with Gears of War Reloaded. But part of the problem is too, it's like all the best players are on there. And I think for new players, they're like, all right, we're not gonna get involved with that. Gears 5, get the player count up, make these challenges, but stick to Gears 5. I don't think you need to make people, you could do Gears 5 and Gears Reloaded. Don't make people download all the other ones like they did for that. I don't think you need to do that. Right? What does that do for you? Nothing. Get them into Gears 5, get them into Gears Reloaded if that's the one they prefer, and see what we could do with this thing. I think that's a great idea. So shout out to that guy who put that out, because when I saw that, I said, that's a beautiful idea. That's a wonderful idea. Right. And I hope they're listening, because I know they're going to do betas and stuff like that, but maybe you have it coincide with right before the betas, or, after the beta weekend, to get people playing Gears again, right? Get them back in that routine. So launch, we're ready to go. We're ready to play. All right. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next